Hey, what's up, guys? So today I'll be providing you guys with my full review of the iPhone 6. Now, it's been a long time since the iPhone 6 was released in September last year, and I did use it when it was launched, but never really got a chance to film a review on it until a couple of days ago when I did got a chance to spend some quality time with this product and really enjoyed it actually. But there were some cons that I came across with. So it comes in three different colors: the gold, the silver, and the space gray, which according to me looks the sickest of all because it kind of hides those antenna bands that don't really look that bad in my opinion. But the biggest change brought in the iPhone 6 and the 6 Plus from the previous iteration of iPhones is the increased screen size and the decreased thickness. So it's a lot bigger than the previous iteration of iPhones, the 5, 5S, 5C, or even previous than those, but it's even thinner. If you compare side by side, it's just a tad bit thinner than the iPhone 5 5S, 6.9 millimeters as compared to 7.6. But if you do not compare it and look it individually, it looks a lot thinner than the previous iteration of iPhones. So it's this thin, quite comfortable to hold in one hand. But it's quite slippery if you are not using a case or a skin. It's very slippery. In fact, I have no confidence that I'll be able to hold it in my hand for longer than a couple of hours if I use it continuously. And I'm very scared of taking it outside on a rough area naked without a case or a skin. So I've got a case on the back that kind of eliminates that slipperiness and adds some friction. So I'll suggest you the same, to get a case or a skin for yourself. So now it has a bigger screen size, 4.7 inches as compared to the 4 on the 5.5S 5C or 5.5 inches on the 6 Plus. But according to me, this is the ideal size. The iPhone 5 is too small now and the iPhone 6 Plus is too big. This is in the midst of these guys and it's ideal. But as far as the phone size is concerned, it's pretty big because of the bezels on the head and on the chin of the phone. Almost as big as the HTC One M7. Almost as big as the HTC One M7. But not a big concern because I can still use it with one hand quite easily. However, the most interesting feature, and it's kind of underrated as of now, is Touch ID. This thing has a lot of potential inside it. It can be used for unlocking the device initially, can be used for purchasing or installing apps from the App Store, can also be used for Apple Pay, which is newly introduced by Apple, that can be used to pay for things that you buy in the market. And it has really good potential and it will eventually grow as time progresses. In fact, it's ridiculously fast, easy to set up. You can add up to 5 fingerprints. So it's really interesting and I think it's amazing. iPhone was not the first one to have a fingerprint scanner, but the first one to introduce it more legitimately and more usefully, if you make sense about that. As far as the camera is concerned, it protrudes out of the body of the phone because it's so thin, but that's not a problem because it's been covered with sapphire crystal glass, so it's really hard to scratch or break. It's still stuck at 8 megapixels, so forget some 4K videos from it, but it shoots some amazing photographs. In fact, it's the second best camera phone on the planet after the 6 Plus because it does not have the optical image stabilization that the 6 Plus provides to you. In fact, the cameras on the iPhones have been really famous just because of how easy they are to use, how easy the software is. There's not much of complication and it's so ridiculously fast and you get your work done within a matter of seconds. So it's really amazing and the quality is always the best. You can shoot videos of up to 240 frames per second. These are slow-mo videos and they look extremely crispy, although they're not full HD. They're just 720p, but they do look amazing. Here's a sample. So I'll just keep on talking and you can view some images and slow-mo videos. So yeah, how you doing, by the way? Take care and enjoy the review. Hope you like it. It took me around a couple of days to make it. Okay, so yeah, as you can see, it's pretty nifty, ain't it? How you doing? Anyways, I'm rambling. Alright, so that was it. As far as call quality is concerned, I actually had no issues because it has multiple microphones for receiving the voice and for noise cancellation. So it's a very joyous experience. Also, the folks over at the other side were not able to tell whether I was on a phone or telephone because it was really clear. The voice from the other side was clear, and same goes for the loudspeaker quality. It was not distorting, so it's really good. As far as the performance is concerned, on paper the specifications might not sound good. It has 1 GB of RAM and dual-core processor if you care about it. But as far as the performance is concerned, it performs like a mouse. I did run some Geekbench on it and it got a single core score of around 1600 and it multi-core score of 2600 or 2700, and it's amazing. It's kind of hard to expect from a phone with so low specifications, but thanks to iOS, which is too light, like Android, which is too heavy of an operating system, hence requires much more power than what an iPhone requires. It can handle all the games and all the apps that you throw at it, all thanks to the 64-bit A8 chip inside it. And I did test some gaming, some basic gaming, because every phone can now handle basically every game, and the Moto G handles heavy-end games properly, so there was no need to test high-end games on it, but I did enjoy what I played on it. As far as the battery life on the iPhone is concerned, it is now an 1810 milliamp hours of battery capacity inside it, so it brings slightly improved battery life on the iPhone, but if you use some 3G, 4G like I did, it was bad. But it's slightly improved than the iPhone 5 or 5S, which kind of died in the midst of the day, like my iPhone 5 does when I use 3G on it. It is not that good as the iPhone 6 Pluses, which has almost a 3000 milliamp hour battery. So neither a thumbs up, neither a thumbs down. You would have to adjust with it. It's iOS. It's just blown up. Nothing really takes advantage of the bigger screen size. The lock screen, the home screen, the notification panel, the multitasking. It's all the same. But thanks to the app quality, that it does not let me feel bored, although it's extremely less customizable. But nevertheless, the app quality always has me. But I would have really appreciated if they could have increased a bit of the thickness of the device and removed the protrusion of the camera and maybe increased the battery life to make it pretty good. But at the end of the day, if you've got the funds, go for it.